Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. This is Tony from Play Ball Lineup. We've been going through kind of a long tutorial on how to use the app. And again, if you've already purchased the app and you got questions, I recommend you take a look. Hopefully it's not too painful to watch. Grab a beer or two, sit down, and I'm breaking them up by screen, right? So if you got questions on just a particular screen, you can hopefully go to that particular video and watch it. I'm trying to keep them 5 minutes, but I know some are running a little longer. So where we left off is we filled in all of our position screen, and now we need to go to the defensive strategy screen here. And a little information behind this screen. Again, when we were making the app, I was coaching Double A, and again, they kept score. They had playoffs, trophies to the winners. So it got competitive come playoff time. But during the regular season, it was supposed to be fun and have everybody play, wherever. And I put this in because I wanted to be able to specify maybe certain innings in the game where maybe I had a better defense than other innings. And that's the idea behind this. So at the very top, you can see strategy mode. And again, you got the option of competitive play and instructional play. If you click instructional, it just kind of grays this out, right? And it doesn't really factor in. And again, as we've continued to improve the app, this page doesn't necessarily matter as much. And I'll explain why. So I'll go back to competitive play. And again, competitive play just enables you to, tap on some of the buttons here. So the way that I intended this was, when I was playing my coach pitch games, I wanted to have good defense in the beginning of the game, right? I wanted to be able to maybe hold someone scoreless in the first inning, right? And then maybe we jump out on top. And then at the end of the game, in the sixth inning, maybe the fifth inning, I wanted to have better defense on the field. So basically, I was telling the app, hey, when you're making the lineup, try to make it better, if you will, in the first and in the sixth inning, and then in the middle, I'll just kind of take what I got because everybody's got to play everywhere, that kind of thing. And then over here on the key positions, I could highlight, which positions, I wanted to have, stronger defense. So what the app will try to do on this particular screen here is it will go through and it will say, hey, in inning one, that's a competitive inning. First base is a competitive position, so it'll try to put a higher rated player that you've specified at first for that inning. That's the premise. So again, if you're thinking about our particular lineup, choosing pitcher really doesn't make sense because we've already specified our pitchers and catchers. So basically, if we had up to 5, that means we can add, more players, if you will. So that's a way that you can choose up to 5, but actually you're getting more than 5 because you've already specified a couple of players. But as we continue to improve the app, if you recall, I was saying on this page here, I was saying that the app does a real good job of playing only who you specify in those positions. So if you specify the right players, right might not be the right word, but if you specify who you want by position, when it comes to defensive strategy, you're going to get somebody that you, quote unquote, like at that position anyways, right? And so at that point, you don't necessarily need this. I think where this comes into play a little bit more is when maybe you've chosen instructional mode on the position preferences page, right? And you just want to have the app use fielder skill level to put better players in those positions, right? Anybody can play anywhere, but it's going to put better players there. So I would encourage you to play around with this. Again, if you check too many of the innings, I think you'll find the differences to be a lot less. Like I said, I over time moved away from using this. It's in the app, and we're going to continue to tweak the logic so this will still work and still be viable. But again, I think if you get all of your positions right, you may not need to worry so much about this page, right? So I usually, for my lineup, I just turn these off. And again, I would encourage you to play around with the app. So that's the defensive, choose the defensive strategy. That's the premise here. If you wanted to highlight a couple of innings where you have better defense. But again, you can already do that through, to some degree, through this screen, right? You can certainly do it with your pitchers and catchers and, again, who you select for all the positions. So again, my recommendation is play around with it and see what you get. So we're going to go to the view lineup page right after this. Thanks.